News from DC Movie Studios.
No more funny stuff in any of the movies. They looked at their films and they're like, well, Man of Steel didn't have any humor in it. And it was successful at the box office.
And neither did The Dark Knight.
Well, The Dark Knight, that's kind of like their trope, right? The Dark Knight isn't supposed to really have any humor in it.
Right, but you know what did have humor in it?
Batman and Robin had humor in it. Tank.
Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern.
Once again, they're looking at their movies and they're like, well, when we try to inject humor, we fail.
Yeah. So I support it. I do.
But okay, I'm just gonna throw this out at you. The Flash. How do you have a Flash character that doesn't have good one-liners?
You make him an actual person and not a character.
Then he won't be the Flash.
You know who they should get to play the Flash?
Who?
Usain Bolt. They can put at the front of each episode, no special effects in here because he just runs that fast.
What about that guy with no legs that ran in the Olympics and then he killed his girlfriend?
I think he's in jail now.
Yeah, I think he is too. He said that he actually killed her on accident.
You can't really get out of jail to make movies unless you're Wesley Snipes.
What about all of the vampires in jail right now? Like, they need a Wesley Snipes to take care of all of the vampires in jail.
What are you what vampires are in jail?
All of the jail's vampires are in jail.
Who is in jail?
I don't know. Watch Twilight.
I mean, they all deserve to go to jail in Twilight, but they don't. They just, have to suffer for the rest of their lives being idiots.
Okay, I've seen exactly one scene of Twilight, and it's the baseball scene.
No, is it that scene where that girl has no emotion? Because that's the entire movie.
Oh, no, that's the entire movie. I've seen that part.
You see one, you've seen all 6 movies.
And I actually didn't see that part in Twilight. I actually saw that part in an interview that she gave after the movie was out.
You know what would have been funny though is when they launched the baseball into the woods, which is shout out to our Twilight loving fans. I've seen the first movie. If she ran back and was like, "I found the golden snitch."
Okay, but for real,
we win!
All of the vampires should be arrested for stupidity, and then the movie can just be over.
They're just doing the vampire things, and then the set breaks down, and it's a SWAT team.
And then Wesley Snipes can do the whole Blade thing in prison.
Oh my gosh! That's why he got out of prison, was because he killed the Twilight cast.
He killed the Twilight cast!
And no one thought that was a bad thing.
He got out on a good behavior, is what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why he was in prison, but he's out now, so he Martha Stewart that. Stewarded that.
I just don't understand. How do you have a Justice League movie without a funny Flash?
You don't put a funny Flash in the Justice League.
Then he's not Flash!
Except, your man Spiderman's not funny anymore either, and he's
Dude, oh my gosh. We're not even going to talk about Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was the worst Marvel movie I have ever seen.
You mean it's worse than Wolverine?
Yes! It was worse than Wolverine, and all of his no's!
What if they do the legwork and the other 8 sequels that are going to come out in the next 2 years are going to be amazing?
I would be in favor of that. Spider-Man is my favorite hero. Absolutely, hands down, my favorite hero.
Would it be forgivable, though?
Well, I mean, X-Men 3 was forgivable after Days of Future Past, and they're like, we're going to just ignore that we killed off Xavier. And they're the greatest geek actor ever. So, that was forgivable. So, yeah, absolutely it's forgivable. And I mean, let me just make a shout out to Amazing Spider-Man 2 fans. The special effects were...
all 2 of them?
Okay, there was exactly 3 fights in a 2.5-hour movie. Okay, do the math on that. One at the beginning and one at the end, right? That puts over an hour of nothing between the action sequences.
Yeah.
And then the action sequences were brilliant. I mean, okay, I didn't watch the last one because I walked out of the movie because it was so bad. But the special effects I saw were really well done. It's oh, well, we kind of ran out of money doing special effects, so let's just bring in our high school kids to write and direct it.
Here's my thing. The clock tower sequence. He's very well done in this movie. I actually think they got that right.
I was excited that Emma Stone died.
I thought it was a great sequence, but here's the thing. He sees that there's about to be a fall like 5 minutes before the actual fight. Why not just make a bed of spider webs there to catch her?
I'm telling you, the whole movie was like that.
Oh, this is dangerous. Not anymore.
It's because they took like a month off between shooting each scene, and they're like, "What was that last scene about?" I don't remember. I'm not even sure what we're doing in this movie. Let's make Harry die.
So
that's a good thing to do. Let's do that.
It was like us making our podcast.
Yes. Let's just name it the Amazing Lovatos.
It's the Batos caliber.
We could have written that movie.
Stamp of approval right there. Favorite movie ever. Like, no doubt. You know what would have been awesome?
What's that?
Is if the entire movie was in silhouette.
Spider-Man silhouette.
Wait, is that Spider-Man or someone else? When's Spider-Man gonna show up? Is he the bald one?
Is he the bald one? They're all bald if you're silhouettes.